We're going live.
Oh, this meeting is being live streamed. Got it.
Hello, everyone. It's Mary. Welcome to Kiki and Kibbitz. And I'm here without my partner, Brianna, so I'm feeling kind of lost. So, guys, bear with me. But tonight we have Love During Lockup, Santiba. Hey, girl, hey.
Girl, hey.
So, everyone say hi to Santiba. And she's going to be here with us tonight, and we're going to ask her some hard-hitting questions, and we're going to let you guys ask her some hard-hitting questions. And apparently, Talsey released a video that's all over the interwebs. So we're going to play it for you guys who may not have seen it, and we're going to get Santiba's raw reaction to it. So, hey, girl.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. You look fantastic. I just want to say, first of all, you look fucking fantastic.
Thank you. I feel amazing. I'm so happy. I feel great.
And you don't look like a man at all. I just want to state that for the record.
Thank you. A man in 60.
Yeah, I know. I know. So let's get right into it. So let's remind the viewers, how did you meet Talsey? Like, how did you find him? Was it one of these pen pal websites or?
Yeah, I actually saw him on a prisoner pen pal website. It's called writeaprisoner.com. And I saw his picture and I was like, oh my gosh, should I write to this guy? I mean, his profile was like, it had his picture and it had like a bunch of stuff about him. And I'm like, going back and forth. I'm like, I don't want to write this guy. He's going to have my address. Like, what if he's like a serial, you know what I'm saying?
Right, a serial killer or something.
Like something. But yeah, so I ended up writing him and he wrote me back. And then we just started going back and forth like all the time. Then he started calling.
So what were the qualities about him that really drew you into him when you first started writing him?
Like I liked his countryness, I guess. Like he was like a country boy and it's my type. And, I liked the way he talked smoothly and stuff. And he was very handsome. And I liked that he liked the outdoors and he just seemed like my type of man.
So what made you decide to sign up for Love During Lockup?
Honestly, it's so funny because I had never even, honestly, I had never heard of that show at that point. And
right, because your season was actually the first season of Love During Lockup.
Right.
Because they had Love After Lockup,
right.
Life After Lockup.
Right. Well, so I had never seen any of them at all.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I hadn't seen any of them. And I was talking to Talsey. And weirdly, I think I'm like the kind of person that thinks everything happens for a reason, like everything. And I was talking to Talsey and, we hung up that night and I was watching TV and I was like, I saw the show and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And it was the same exact thing that I was going through. I was like, they made a show about this. And I told Talsey about it. I'm like, it's the same exact thing. Like these people are meeting prisoners, or whatever.
Right.
From online or whatever. So, yeah. So it was, I asked him, I said, do you want to be on it? And he said, yeah, babe, let's do it.
So girl, what kind of emotions were going through your head when you realized that you were being ghosted by him?
Well, that week was really, really tough. It was the hardest thing I seriously think I've ever dealt with because like I really, like I said, I did send him $20 a week. And
right.
I mean, I was married and I got divorced and I ended up taking on responsibility for all of my bills, which I don't pay no $50. Like, you know what I mean? For my bills, I pay a lot of money and I did what for Talsey, what I could do. Right. And I thought that was amazing of me. You know what I'm saying? $80 a month or whatever. Like, I was like, okay. And then I'd buy his kids gifts for Christmas, his mother gifts, like I would just be that kind of, giving, like loving person. And when he got out, like he literally just didn't call me, didn't tell me. And when he got out, I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody has put the timeline together. But when he got out, it was around the COVID time. Right. So he was locked up all the time. He was on lockdown. So I didn't get to talk to him a lot. So I didn't really know what was going on. And when I did talk to him though, he was always like, babe, will you call the, cause there was some problems with the facility or the halfway house. Like he was supposed to be released and he wasn't. And there really was some problems with the halfway house. And he's like, babe, will you call? We do this, do that. I look back on this shit and I'm like, what was I thinking? So I did that. I was calling the prison all the time, talking to all these people. They were getting mad at me and yelling at me and I didn't care. I was like, I'm gonna do whatever I can for my man. You know what I mean? And he, so when he got out and like, I literally was just like, wow, like what is going on? I felt, I don't even think I was only upset because I thought I loved him or whatever. I was upset because like, I was like, what was I doing? Like, how could I have been so naive when everybody told me like, watch out, he's a prisoner, they hustle, they do this. And I'm like, yeah, but why would he introduce me to his family? Why would he introduce me to his mom? Why would we make plans? Like we had like literally solid plans of me going down there, picking him up, driving him to the halfway house, and then seeing what happened from there.
Right. I mean, how were your friends reacting at that time? Were they like trying to actively convince you not to go? Like what was going on there behind?
At that point, like some of my friends were, they're kind of like, she's going to do what she wants anyways. So we really have no say. I mean, because like, that's kind of who I am. I do what I want and I'll learn my lesson, but it's on my own time, like that, like with Talsey. But, yeah, they, some would be like, no, I don't think that's a good idea. Like my mom was like, don't do it. Don't do it. Like,
your mom's
stupid. Yeah. My mama.
Yeah, your mama was definitely not on board. Mama was not Team Talsey at all.
No, not at all. And yeah, so a lot of people were warning me and I feel like they wanted to be there for me and wanted to support me, but really they were just like, I don't think it's a good idea. Like it's kind of stupid, like, how do you know he really cares about you? And all I could think, in my mind is that Talsey cares about me because Talsey introduced me to everybody in his family. Well, not everybody, but his daughters. Like I was their Facebook friends or one of them. And his mother, her and I were very close. So that's all I could think. Like somebody that's using me is not going to introduce me to his family.
Right. And to his mother, especially, you would think.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. Love Hario for the 99 cents super chat. Thank you. So let's see. Let's play the video heard around the interwebs of Tulsi.
Okay.
And let's get your reaction to it. So in case you guys didn't see it, Kayla uploaded a video to her Instagram today of Tulsi, and it looked like a one of those video visits that you do, right, Santiba?
Yeah, that is fun. Yep.
And he had a lot to say, apparently. So we're gonna play it for you guys. Yeah, exactly. Like Santiba said. Okay, give me one moment.
Box on top right. Top right. Full screen it. Full screen.
How do I full screen it?
Click it. Click it.
It's not letting me do it. See what it's doing?
Click the button.
Okay, guys, give me 1 second.
They don't hear you. Did you share the right screen? Did you share the right screen?
I don't know. Just
Good, Mom. Come on, I literally showed you 5,000.
Sorry, guys. Be honest, my technical department.
It's funny. He was probably like, wait, let me get all prettied up so you can record. Like, let me. Ugh. Oh, I hate that kid. Can you hear it? I can't hear it.
You can't hear it?
I can't, no.
Oh, you can't. I'm not sure.
Before I ever met
How about now?
those are facts, big facts.
Yeah, ew, that
Okay, we're gonna
voice.
start it from the beginning, guys. Sorry. Here we go.
All right, what's up, y'all? I need to touch base with y'all on a few things. I've heard a lot of nonsense being said on social media and this and that. But first, I want to thank everybody that's been praying for me and Kayla, instead of listening to every lie that's been said on social media. Thank y'all for staying positive and true to your character. But the first thing I want to say is the relationship video that's been talked about. I did that for Kayla after I had already ghosted Santiba. When I first
Santiba, are you okay?
Santiba was
Yes.
my Facebook page.
I was just throwing up a little bit.
The female friend that I had, so I ended up blocking her before I ever even met Kayla. Those are facts, big facts. The second thing is Santiba would have never heard from me again at all. It's been 2 years since I ghosted her, and I haven't reached out to her one time until the show paid me $600 and begged me to call and do a
Begged him.
call with her.
They begged
And that's
him.
the reason I called, and I guess they put it on the show and acted like I had been reaching out to her or something. Third is the house burning down didn't have nothing to do with no other guy. You know what I mean?
No other guy.
Or
Like,
the messages that came from my mom, that there were lies and all that, and she has since apologized to Kayla for it. So Santiba's screenshotting that, and that's like it is what it is. She's just full of shit. She's lied, and she's vindictive and mean towards women. I mean, it is. What it is. But the past few months have been the hardest of my life.
vindictive towards women?
I
Oh,
hit rock
yeah.
bottom hard enough to shatter, but God's been good enough to put me back together better than ever. He really has.
Hey,
I've taken over 100 classes of self-help,
So here he's going to go and he's going to sell himself.
abuse, all types of
I've been
stuff.
doing this and I've been doing that, and I'm so wonderful and I'm so fucking
Here's
great.
the United States Penitentiary, y'all. Went all over the country. Virginia, Lee County, Virginia, Atwater, California, Pollock.
So proud of you, Talsey. You're so fucking amazing.
And I came home with PTSD, and I never got treated for it. And they told me just don't fail a drug test, right? So I didn't fail a drug test. I started drinking, and I became a raging alcoholic. And I moved in with Kayla, and I would get drunk and take my anger and stuff out on her instead of getting help. You know what I mean? And it just, things went downhill. We had a great relationship, y'all. We had a great business. We were happy. We were healthy. I let my demons get the best of me, man. Our business was thriving. I came up better in the 2 years that I was with Kayla than I ever have in my whole life. But really, Kayla's been good to me, y'all. And to hear Santiba talking shit about her is heartbreaking. It makes me mad, really. Santiba sent me $20 a week for a few months, and I got out, and she acted like I owed her my soul. Since I've been in jail, since the house burnt down and all this stuff, Kayla spent probably $200 a week on me, making sure that I have commissary, video chats, all that stuff, not including the thousands of dollars she spent on my clothes. Because as y'all know, when the house burnt down, I didn't even have a pair of socks. I didn't have nothing. But she's still been graceful enough to stand by me through this. And I've never cooked meth. I don't know how to cook meth. Never even tried. You know what I mean?
I wonder where he got that idea from.
I know.
Hell, why would I?
Oh, you're so funny, Talsey.
Why would I? But anyhow, it's just upsetting to hear that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, Santiba was so thirsty to get her face on TV. Her little 5 minutes of fame disgusted me, y'all. It made me not even.
Okay.
But it was all about a hustle, right? It was all about the money because I was locked up. That was the only reason I was wanting to do it. But anyway. As I was saying, that it was all about the hustle, y'all. You know what I mean? Like, when you're in prison, like, you talk to multiple people. You're just trying to survive. I was gone for 8 years. The world forgot about me. So you make money however you can. But yeah, Santiba sent me $20 a week and acted like I owed her my soul when I got out. And I mean, that's just nonsense, you know. And then she was like on this stalker stuff. And yeah,
Stalker stuff.
y'all can say I'm using people or whatever, man. But there's thousands of women out there with sugar daddies who are getting them to pay their bills and all this. I'm sorry if I was just trying to eat to survive. It is what it is. But like I said, the farewell phone call, I got paid $600 for that, or they would have never heard nothing from me. You know what I mean? I've heard that they all badmouth me since then and all, but if anybody ever wants the truth, just hit me up, jlatm.com. I'll tell you the truth, but here's some more big facts for you. I ain't never cooked meth. I ain't never even tried. And Kayla ain't on meth. Have y'all seen her? Have you looked at her?
Yes, we have, unfortunately.
She's shining. She looks really good. So for everybody to act like she's strung out, that's just ridiculous, man. Y'all a bunch of haters out there. And I guess haters are going to hate. And, you know, I appreciate it.
I'm writing notes down.
Kayla's a
I have
beautiful
fucking
girl,
notes.
and she's my best friend. And no matter what happens in
I'm
this
laughing
life,
at the comments.
direction life takes
Huh?
her,
I'm laughing
if we
at
go
the
in separate
comments. I'm going to
directions,
read a couple of
stay together,
comments
then
when
I
we're
love
done.
her, and I
Oh
always
my God, I can't wait to see them.
with me and help me
Can
down.
people hear me?
Anybody ever.
Oh, hi, guys.
She spent thousands on me since I've been in here. You know what I mean? She spent more in the first month on me than Santiba did in the whole 6 months.
I fucking hate this guy. I hate this guy. Like, why don't you appreciate it?
You know what I mean? That's love right there. And we still talk every day. And we're still going to talk every day. You know what I mean?
Who cares? No one cares about you.
Bunch of stuff. Brand new shoes, polo stuff, cologne.
Oh, materialistic motherfuckers.
Oh, because she loves me. She's my friend. And I love her too. And just to sit back and to hear all y'all trashing her like she ain't a good person and this and that. She's a fine person. And I love her and I always will. So y'all just quit hating, man. Real. Y'all quit hating. If you want to know the truth, hit me up. jlatm.com.
Yeah, if you want to know fucking lies, hit me up. Peace out.
But not least, y'all. I heard that Santiba posted on there, or some of her friends did, or something, that she dodged a bullet, and I would have done the same to her.
Dude, America fucking said that. Everybody in America said
I swear, in order to commit a crime of passion, you have to care about somebody. You know what I mean? If anybody dodged a bullet, it was me. Because she's been talking to me for years. Y'all won't leave my family alone. Talking mad shit about Kayla and myself when nobody cares about her. Nobody has ever cared about her. I blocked her within 5 days of getting out of jail and have not looked back. Haven't unblocked her. Got paid $600 2 years later to make one phone call. And she's still stalking. I could post something, then within 5 minutes, her and all her cronies are commenting on it. Nobody cares about her. Please, let me know.
You're making this video. Why are you making this video, Talsey? To get attention?
I just needed to get that out.
Dude.
Okay. The comments from our viewers are priceless. Crystal.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't realize everybody heard me and I was saying all kinds of shit.
Oh, no. Midwife Crystal asked that somebody mess up the laundry because all those guys were back there shirtless.
Oh my God.
Okay, and they all basically agree that Tulsi is trash and he's a jackass.
Oh God. I was writing notes. I'm like a lawyer over here.
Okay, go ahead. Let's get your reaction to all that. So all that was Tulsi. So let's hear it.
So I was like writing important notes down. And here's the thing, right? So vindictive towards women. How many friends do I have? I mean, not even like Facebook friends or like fans or something. How many people do I have in my circle that trust me, that love me, that want to be around me? A lot. Who do you fucking see them with when he's not in jail? You see them together only. Like, you don't see friends. You don't see family. You see her posting picture after picture after picture of him and her because they have no one else. You know what I mean? So I'm not vindictive towards women. I love everybody. And I try to level everybody. Like, you guys are perfect. You know what I mean? Everybody's different. Everybody should like be happy and healthy and stuff. Like, vindictive, that's just fucking stupid. Him even saying that. He looks like an idiot. I mean, I hate him so much. I'm so mad. I just hate him. I don't even like him. I don't even like looking at him. Fucking trash. Just hate him. So I'm not vindictive. That's one thing. Everybody knows, like, I love everybody and I think everybody should love everybody. And
you're a girl's girl.
I kind of like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I try to make everybody feel good about themselves, anybody.
Right.
And, like, I even have felt bad for Kayla, to tell you the
Mhm.
truth, because I'm like, for somebody to be so materialistic, like, look at all my clothes, look at all my shoes, look at, like, that tells me that inside something's wrong.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
I don't like when I'm seeing somebody or whatever, like, you don't see me posting picture after picture after picture after picture. You don't see me trying to prove points. You know what I mean? Like, when I want somebody to know something, I'll let them know. But like the fact that she like posts like, you know, and whatever, like, it's normal. Okay, for one, let me just say I didn't stalk him, but he got out of prison and I thought I loved him. So I wanted to know what was going on. You know what I mean? And so my friends, we'd all get together and fucking laugh at it.
Right.
At their profile.
Right.
So the thing is, like, you know, I don't need to be materialistic. I don't need to try to get friends because I have them and I have good things, but I don't need to show them off to get respect because people respect me as a person, you know? But so that's that. And the thing is, Talsey's like, oh, she bought me all these clothes and shit. You know what he never told anybody? The fact that I bought him a ton of clothing before he got out of prison. And even when he went to the halfway house, I still sent them to him, even though he had ghosted me. And it was stupid on my behalf. But I'm like, you know what? I bought these. I'm just going to send them. You know, he probably needs them.
You were just trying to be the better person, even though he screwed you.
Exactly. And I literally sent them down 2 big priority boxes of them. And it's funny because pictures of him and Kayla, fucking whose clothes is he wearing? Mine. When he got out of the halfway house, those are all like my clothes. Even a fucking one of my son's shirts that he didn't want. Hilarious, right?
Yes,
so
hilarious.
I bet he didn't tell anybody that. And of course he didn't tell Kayla because he only tells Kayla what's going to make her happy.
Of course.
He leaves out, I mean, he left out the fact that, you know, he's like, oh, the show begged me. Dude, no one fucking begged you to be on TV. No, we could have done it without you. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't need you. It was our story, but not really, because no one cares about you.
Right.
But yeah, like, he didn't tell anybody that while production was in Maine, he asked his mother to call me and see if it was okay for him to call me to apologize. Like, he never told anybody that. So he's telling the world that like, oh, they paid me and they begged me and I want no part and I don't fucking care. She's vindictive, whatever he's saying. But he's forgetting to tell people the fact that he literally, like, I found out about him putting her putting the cigarette butt out on his neck. And around this time when he was miserable and not happy, that's when he was trying to apologize to me. And not for the show, had nothing to do with the show. You know what I mean? Yeah. So he forgets to tell people that. And he doesn't tell Kayla that. Like, why would he? You know? But
exactly.
Yeah. So he forgot to tell people that. So yeah, she put it, like, apparently she was doing a ton of math. And this is, I mean, why would I even say that if I didn't know? If I wasn't hearing this from a very reliable source, why would I say that? Like, about the math or whatever. But anyways, like, so I had heard that she had put the cigarette butt on his neck and that she was a meth head and he didn't like her and she was lazy and all this. And it's probably not true because I don't trust Talsey. And I mean, she has a business. She's probably a good business owner or whatever, but this is just stuff I'm hearing. And I'm hearing that he's going to call me and apologize. And he's asking if it's okay if he does. And this isn't for the show. Completely not for the show. Not for production, not for the show, not for anything. For me to apologize to me. He never did, though. So I'm assuming that they started getting back together and whatever.
And when did this happen? How long after?
This was probably like a year after they got together.
Okay.
A year after they got out.
Okay.
So
wow, interesting.
So what had happened was, like, yeah, he never called me. He never called at all. But it's funny that he also says, have you seen her? She's not a meth head. I'm not here to smash on Kayla because I don't even like doing that shit to my worst enemies. Cause, you know, like, she obviously has some shit going on internally and I feel bad for her. Right. I honestly feel bad for her because I would never allow myself to be with somebody like Talsey ever again. Like, I was telling somebody today, actually, I appreciate the fact that I met Talsey. I fucking hate that kid. I hate him. I think he's trashy. I think he's like a criminal. I would never, ever be with anybody like him. But I appreciate the fact that I met him because he taught me a lot of things, like that I was being stupid and I was being naive towards like relationships and in relationships. And I believed guys and I believed things, and I stopped after him. I started putting my wall up and my guard up a little bit more. But like, I appreciate that. And just, he's such a trashy fuck. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He really, I just can't even. I kind of feel bad for her, as much as I don't like her because she thinks that I'm jealous and I'm stalking them and everything else. Like, okay, for one, like I want nothing to do with either one of them. Okay, so the fact that he posted this video tells me he's trying to get clout. He's trying to get people interested in him and this, and then her too, probably. But no one cares because they are irrelevant at this point. I'm not reaching out to her. I'm not talking shit. And the only time I did talk shit to her was when she was calling out fans and talking shit to them. And I stick up for my fans.
Right.
Like, you know, like don't sit there and like run your mouth and say, oh, you guys don't know the true story. And this, like, no one believes you guys. No one believes Talsey and no one believes you because they see your social media. They see you're materialistic. They see how he is. Like, that's not good qualities. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Santiba, we have a question. Does Talsey usually talk that fast?
Dude, Talsey's, I'm glad somebody said that. Thank you, whoever said that, because that's something I wanted to mention. Like when Talsey first called me, my best friend Lisa.
Crystal.
You know, huh?
Thanks, Crystal. Her name is
Crystal. Thanks. So, my best friend Lisa, that you guys met on the show, when he first called me, she was like in the car and I had him over Bluetooth. And she's like, is that really him? Is that his voice? Like, does he talk like that? Is he that fast when he talks? I'm like, it was so bad. It was so bad. When I first heard his voice and the way he talked fast and stuff, I'm like, really? And that seemed to have been the guys I attracted, I swear, for a little while. Guys have talked different, like weird talking or weird voices, like higher pitched voices, I guess. But yeah, he's always talked like that.
So weird. I don't know, Santiba. Seems like you have a type. So how has
not like that.
How has appearing on the show affected your life? Like appearing on the show in general?
I mean, you know, for a little while when my first episodes came out and no one knew me, of course I got a lot of like bad things said about me. And it was a little traumatic, I won't lie, because, you know, like my confidence level isn't that low. I mean, it's not up here. Like, I'm not like, oh, look at my shoes and shit. But I'm saying like, it's not super low. But when I first like saw comments, I'm like, oh my, I wasn't prepared. Neither were my friends. No one was. We're all like, what the fuck? And I'll tell you now though, I'll let you in a little secret. So when they first filmed me, like I'm not gonna tell dates and shit like that, but everybody kind of figured out.
Right.
I had lip fillers. Right.
Right.
I had a bad Botox in my forehead. It's horrible. I'm very expressive. So I'm always like, but I had a bad Botox. And it was like that hairstyle wasn't me. The shirt wasn't mine. Like I looked completely different and then I was like it wasn't like bright enough. The stuff I had wasn't like bright enough. And my hair was kind of the same as it was in other clips. Like, so I just had to change a couple things. And when I saw myself, you know, like later on, I was like, do not fucking tell me I looked like that. Don't tell me like that's the way I looked in the show, because if you do, I'm hiding under a rock. So the thing is, I didn't think I looked like me. So I was like, no one else is going to know that's not really what I look like, you know, and whatever. I have a piece of hair right there. But I was like, no one else is going to know who I am or how I am, what I look like. You know what I mean? And like, but yeah, that was pretty traumatic.
Now, one question that I seen just flash by, which also Kayla brought up and Tulsi
Mhm.
about the filming in your apartment.
Yes.
Let's
Okay.
talk about that.
Okay. So here's the thing. Like, we couldn't film here. This is my apartment.
Right.
We couldn't film here because I live in a place in management. Like, it's a big place. I mean, there's like 200 apartments here. They're like townhouses. The apartments would not let production film in my apartment. They just didn't. In anybody's, it's just part of the lease, or I mean, it's not part of the lease, but it's part of their rules.
Right.
So production wanted to film here. I reached out to management, and they reached out to like corporate, and they're like, no, you don't have permission. So we couldn't film here. That's just what happened.
There we go.
Yeah.
And
that's it. So my house isn't filthy. My house is beautiful.
So there's no mystery behind why we didn't film at Santiba's.
Right. I mean, it's just we couldn't. It wasn't allowed.
So we have another question. Would you hook up with anyone else from the Love After Lockup, Love During Lockup franchise?
That's funny. I mean, no.
No? Santiba's like, no, I am done with that.
No, thank you.
I mean, anyone from the outside. It doesn't have to be a inmate.
Wow. I mean, just keep your eye out.
Yeah, you never know, right?
Keep your eye out. Next
So
couple
do
weeks.
you get recognized in public a lot?
Huh?
Do you get recognized in public all the time?
Oh, it's funny because during the show, not really, but after the show, that's when people were like, "Oh my God!" Like, I went through the toll booth, and I was like, "Here's my dollar," and she's like, "You look so familiar," and she's like, "Oh my God, our girl is here. Our girl." I'm talking on the phone. Our girl is here. I'm like,
"It's Santiba."
Yeah, she's like, "Are you Santiba from Love After Lockup?" And I just say, "Yeah, Love During." I'm always like, "Love During," and they're like, "Oh my God, I love you." Yeah. So, and then like I went to like a grocery store, and somebody's staring at me, and Lisa was next to me. She's like, "I knew he knew you," and I forget that I was on the show. You know what I mean? Because I'm not like one of those people where my head blew up. I'm just me, and I kind of forget that I was on the show. And he's like, "Do I know you from somewhere?" And I'm like, "School, maybe." You know what I mean? At least it's like I knew it. And then he's like, "Yeah," and he took a selfie with me and stuff. So that was pretty cool.
So are you done with the jail dating?
I am. I can't do it. I can't. Yeah. No more inmates. No more,
no more.
I'm not going to lie. Some of my friends talk to inmates. I'm like, nope, stop it right fucking now. If you did not learn from me, I'm not going to.
Red flag. No way. No more. So tell us about your weight loss journey, Santiba, because you look fantastic.
Thank you so much. Okay, so I did it all natural. I'm sorry, I have something right there. And it's like, I need to cut my bangs or something. But no, I did it all natural. I didn't have surgery, the gastric bypass or anything like that. I mean, I was probably close to 300 pounds. Like, I was big, and one day I just remember, and the one day I got off the couch and I was out of breath from getting off the couch. And I was like, this cannot be normal. Like, I've always been a thick girl, like when I was in high school, I was like a size 12, 13. Like I've always been a thick girl. But after I had my son, that's when I really started gaining the weight. And it like got so out of control that I was literally like a size like 26 pants in women's. I was like really, really big. And I was like, I need to do something about this. So I started living at the gym. And honestly, like my marriage wasn't going that great, so it gave me more reason to be at the gym, so I was just working hard and dieting and, so I went from like a size 26 to a 10.
Oh my goodness. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a little crazy. It's still weird to me, but I've pretty much maintained it. I can't really lose anymore. I'm having a hard time losing weight now, but I'm okay. I'm okay with myself right now.
And you should be. My goodness, Santiba, that is a great accomplishment.
Thank you so much.
So are there any misconceptions that you would like to clear up with the fans?
Okay, yeah, I'm not 60. That's for sure. And I was born with a vagina. And I hear it's a pretty nice one. Sorry. I'm just saying though, like I'm
just saying, because Kayla's putting it out there that Santiba's, you know, manly looking, yes, and that she's 60. So we want to clear that up. But besides that, is there anything else in general that's been said about you or floating around that you would like to clear up?
I mean, the fact, like the only stuff like I want to clear up is what they're saying about me. Like I never stalked Talsey. I mean, you can't tell. Like I've looked at his page, you know, a couple times, you know, whatever, or maybe more than a couple times, just because I thought I was in love and he got out, and I wanted to know what was going on with him, and so I did look at his page a couple times, but I never stalked him. I sent him $20 a week, yes, because I did what I could. That's what I could afford. And I'm proud of it. It's just too bad he's the kind of person that couldn't even just say thank you for sending me that money instead of, oh, you send me a measly $20 a week and downplay. You know, that's so bad. Like out of the fucking million prisoners in this world, I picked the fucking one that would say something like that. You know what I mean? Because he doesn't care about what he looks like. Because he's just a douchebag. So he's just like, I'm going to say whatever I want. I don't care if anybody likes me, blah, blah. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't stalk their page. I don't even care about them. I just wish that they were away. Like, stop commenting, Kayla, like 3 months after the fucking fact, a fan writes something because the show was over in February. Stop commenting on their stuff to make yourself brought up again. You know what I mean? It's stupid. And then I won't call you out. And like, stop putting videos on fucking YouTube because what, you're gonna have 3 viewers and it's probably us. You know what I'm saying? Stop. You are not relevant anymore.
So would you do the show over again, like this whole experience with the show?
I mean, if it was like Santiba after Lockup, what did Santiba do after Lockup?
No, like if you had a chance to go back, like if you had a chance to go back in time and say, okay, I'm going to do the show or not do the show, knowing what you know now, would you still do the show?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Why not? You know what I mean? Life's too short not to do shit like that.
There you go.
A million years. I never thought I'd be casted. I mean, there's a lot of people like signing up for the show, and to be on it, I never really thought I'd be casted, but.
So what have you learned from the whole experience?
To stay away from prisoners.
Very good.
When people tell me to change my hairstyle and shit, I say no. And, you know, and another thing I learned is that people are just so different. I mean, you know, a lot of people were saying, you know, she dresses like she's young, and they still say it. She dresses like she's too young, like she acts like she's not, because I'm 42 now. Well, I'll be 42 in like 20 days or something. So people will say like she dresses like she's a teenager and she acts like she's a teenager and she talks like she's a teenager. Like, come on, like everybody has their own like they're their own selves. And it's like, you know, it's the time to like be your own self. It should be acceptable. You should be acceptable. You should be, there's no like cutting people down. You know what I mean? So it doesn't, in the beginning, when people were saying stuff, it affected me. Because I was like, this is also new to me. I don't know what to think. But after a while, it kind of, you know, people started getting to know me and stuff. And they still say like, she dresses like she's like a teenager, whatever. And I'm like, yeah.
And that's Santiba, and accept her for who she is or kiss her ass.
That's exactly right.
So where do you picture yourself 5 years from now?
I just hope like that I end up in a relationship with like a good guy, like somebody that like wants to like be with me and wants to like go like do things with me. And, you know, I'm a Cancer, so I'm pretty sensitive. And I need somebody that's like willing to deal with that because that's a fucking lot. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I know. Cancers could be a lot to deal with.
Oh.
I have a few in my life. I know.
Oh my, we so are. So are.
So,
So pretty much, I just want to be happy. I want to live a good life. I want to love life and meet people and travel and stuff. So I'm hoping to just like do that.
and we wish you all the best. We wish you all the best, Santiba. So do you guys have any questions out there before we let Santiba go for the night?
My dog has not barked.
Oh, you jinxed it. You
Dude,
jinxed
What is
it.
that? What is that? Did you? I said my dog has not barked.
And the bark. And the dog barked.
Daisy, enough. Shh, 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 stop. It's crazy. Crazy,
Crazy Daisy, Crazy Daisy, and Crazy Tiger.
I know.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Someone wants to know, are his tattoos really white supremacist tattoos covered up?
I don't know
anything about that.
I know. Listen, okay. So before Talsey went in, well, I shouldn't say before, but when I wrote to Talsey, I could only see what was on his Facebook.
Right.
That's another good point. I want to bring something else up. I could only see what was on his Facebook, so I only saw. I mean, I think I saw him with his shirt off, but he didn't have anything like that done. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or maybe I didn't see him with a shirt off. I don't really remember, to tell you the truth. It was a while ago, but I mean, I just saw him. I didn't see any of his tattoos. And when I saw that white surprise, because he has like white power or something on his stomach. The first time I saw that was when it started circulating after the show was even. So I don't know if that was like in the halfway house or when that was, but if I would have seen that, okay. So my son is African American. His dad is black. I'm white, kind of tan. No, but like, I would never. If I would have saw white power tattooed on somebody else, I would never.
Right.
And yeah, like, and I just want to bring the social media up. Like, I had somebody reach out to me after during the show when it first started airing, and she was talking to him too. Some other random girl.
Oh my goodness.
Was like, she's like, I'm so glad I know who you are now. And I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, I'm just so glad I know who you are. She's like, because you had, and true story, I had wrote a comment on Talsey's picture and it said like, I can't wait for you to get out. I love you, blah, 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 on one of his Facebook pictures. And the next day I looked, it was gone. And I'm like, that's weird. I cried so bad. I was like, so hurt. I'm like, what did you have your sister? Because his sister was controlling his Facebook apparently. And I said, what did you have your sister delete this comment? He's like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. He made me think I was crazy. Like, I thought maybe I was like stoned or something and deleted it. Like, I didn't know, like, you know what I mean?
And totally was gaslighting you. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so bad. And come to find out, so this woman reaches out to me and says, I'm so glad I know who you are, because I was talking to Talsey and sending him money too. And I saw you, right? I was looking at his pictures and I saw you had written on his photo. And I said, Talsey, who is this? And he's like, oh, I don't know, just some girl, blah, blah, blah. And that he had his sister remove the comment, or somebody removed the comment. Wow. Because this girl saw it. And I was blowing up his spot.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? That's bad guy.
Shady. That is shady.
And that's why I really do feel bad for Kayla. As much as I don't like this girl or respect this girl, I feel bad for her, because I would never want to see anybody end up with somebody like that. He's insecure. He used to tell me I had dudes over my house all the time and this and that. And I'm like, he's like, did I just hear some guy? And I'm like, he's like, who did you say shh to? I'm like, my fucking dog. I'm always saying shh to my dog, you know? And he was just saying all this shit. And even when he got out of prison, he was like, he said the reason he ghosted me was because somebody wrote on my Facebook. Remember? That's what he said.
Yes.
Dude, like, you ghosted me before you even saw my Facebook. You got out of prison and then apparently saw my Facebook. So come on, come up with a better excuse than something like that. Don't try to make me look like the bad guy. He just looks stupid. He knows he does. And like, Kayla, like, I don't even like to say good things to this girl because I don't like her, but any woman is worth more than him. any woman, because he is not a good man. He is not a good guy. And she probably knows how fucking insecure he is. You know what I mean? So he's just a bad guy.
I mean, he is in jail for burning her house down.
I
mean,
know.
That doesn't tell her that he's a bad guy.
I know.
If that isn't a huge red flag right there.
I know.
The guy burned her house
sad.
down.
It's sad. And I hate to say this. Like,
guys, the guy is actually in jail for attempted arson. For trying to burn down Kayla's trailer.
Yeah.
Within like 2 months of him coming out of jail or something, Santiba, what was it?
It was a while. It was a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean,
he was out a while. But
he tried to burn her trailer down.
Yeah. It's the week that he, like, on TV, he ghosted me. Right. It was so crazy how that worked. Like, I was like,
yeah, it was like,
yeah.
If that doesn't tell you he's a bad guy.
I know. And then, she's like, oh, here, Talsey, why don't you record something and let me post it on social media? Like, no one is ever going to think that Talsey is a stand-up guy. No one's going to think that Talsey does good things because of what he's done. Like, I thought, even to this day, I believe that Talsey should have got out of prison, maybe not even ended up with me, maybe got out and worked on himself. Yes. And worked, like, with his family and his daughters, like, built a relationship with them. But he got out. He did bad things instantly. And what fucking happened? Karma happened. He did that to me, and karma got him back for doing that to me. I had posted something like right before the show, and it said, I'm just going to sit back and let karma do its thing. Because, Kayla was making all these comments and all these love during lockup and love after lockup things, like, posts. And, oh, look, he's my man, and I love him. And he's like, Santiba did this, and she's such a bitch, blah, blah. And he's saying all this stuff. I'm like, I'm just going to sit back and watch. I'm not going to say a thing, because karma will get you.
Just sit back and eat the popcorn, right? And just
literally
watch it happen. Just watch it happen.
It's what I did. I mean, I tried to control my anger, like, because that was tough for a little while with him and her, like, them and I going back and forth or whatever. But, like, I think it's a pretty fucking good job. But
I think you did too. I think you did. I think you handled this with grace. You held your anger in. A little pettiness, but that's okay. Because we're all allowed to be petty.
You need pettiness in your life, because if you don't got pettiness in your life, it's boring.
I mean, I'm Princess Petty, so I'm all for the pettiness. But, as long as you promise me you washed your hands with Talsey.
150%.
Good. Good. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for joining us. We love you, Santiba. We wish you all the best. We wish you all the best. Thank you so much for joining me, guys, and for joining us. And if you joined us late, you could always watch us on the replay. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And thanks so much. Have a good night. Bye.